can see how many people are watching, perhaps, and hopefully the comments will pop up on my screen. Boom, here's Anakin. We are actually going to work on sewing his outfit tonight. Trying to be in the screen at the same time. I don't know if it matters. Okay, we'll just let's see. So I got this. We're gonna have to start some of this by finishing the cutouts. So we have his pants or shirt. Had the shirt, not pants. We have his pants. More pants. Back of shirt with plenty of room to sew a Velcro on. Do I have that Velcro? No, I don't. This was my original body that I used to do all the stuff off of it. It's gonna be like a goal is a one-piece jumpsuit, maybe two pieces. I mean, one piece probably gets risky, but this is for like a collar, so it goes up his neck. I was looking for black because that's usually what they wear, but I liked the knit material. It's if you have a Hot Toys Clone Trooper, that's what they wear. So all I have left to do is make two sleeves, and then we start sewing this bad boy. So I was going to do this on a different night and not my roll for toy night, but life just kept getting in the way, and I need to be able to ensure that his armor is going to fit onto the outfit and his whatever you call it. It's going to fit on his outfit and him at the same time, because otherwise I can print it bigger, but if I do that, then if I had already printed like his jetpack and stuff, then I would have had issues and I would have had to like reprint that too. So goal is to print as few times as possible. Please stop. Rats. Alright. This I'm finding, so for those entering into the sewing thing with me, this is not my first rodeo, but hopefully it'll be my better rodeo all the same, even though this will be my first time doing knit fabric, which is very stretchy, and that's probably going to be harder to sew, but it should also be more forgiving for putting it on the character, because the last thing I did was a button-up shirt, sort of, that I never really finished properly. I mean, it was alright, I think, for a first go. It was just very thready as well, but it was a very stiff material, and I barely got it on the guy. Also, something weird happened. It was like a black button-up shirt. You know, it was trying to make the shadow, and I was trying to make him kind of stylish looking. Something happened, and it like dyed the figure black, and I was like, that's super odd. I even washed it prior, so whatever fabric that was, we ain't using that again. I like, and see, I'm picky with how the fabric feels, and it was not feeling like a quality fabric thing, so it might have just been straight cotton. Let me see. Probably need to share this on. Hang on. Okay. Anyway, so I'm right now pinning this. I probably should have just had it done. I got so exhausted when I was doing it the first time. I don't know how anyone in America makes money on selling stuff. Just to be frank, I feel like people expect it to be kind of a certain price point, and you're like, how fast does one have to work in order to provide that price point that people want? You start to question. You go, well, if I can go to Walmart and buy this whole T-shirt for a grown man for $20, like, can I charge someone $100, which is probably what someone doing this would absolutely be worth $100. I mean, even in their slowest state, there's no way that something like this can't be worth $100. I'm just like, I don't even know how other countries do it. I guess if you assembly line style this thing and someone else did the cutting and someone else did the patterns and someone else did the sewing, maybe that's how you make money with it. But goodness. Especially when I see people do this stuff and they do like crazy pockets and leather and stuff, and then they're like, oh yes, $30 for all these extra pockets and stuff. And I'm like, how the heck do you do that? That's insane. So the one thing I've noticed for sure with this knit fabric is it is in some ways better to make your pattern really big, because getting it to cut straight is also difficult. So that's one down. One more sleeve to go. I'm trying to find the side that I cut. Oh my goodness, here it is. Good grief. And one big important thing, if you do knit, make sure you have it going the direction you want it. And I did notice that there is essentially a front and back, which I might have an issue with on my pants. But I'm not super worried. It's going to be mostly covered with armor. I doubt anyone's going to like super notice or pay attention to my snafu with the armor. And I cut into the part that was supposed to be right in the sleeve. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of difficult to work with, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. The other thing to remember about the knitted fabric is, yeah, it's just so stretchy that when you're cutting, make sure you're not stretching anything when you're doing all this. I think I should have drawn it on this, but the knitted fabric seemed very difficult to draw onto. Okay. And just to keep, so the sleeves are probably going to be one of the last things I end up sewing on this thing, so we'll just all right. So I saw this saying. It says I need to use a stepper for this. I just have to figure out how the heck I install this thing. Dust this thing. Oh goodness. Why the heck do you come off then? There we go. Hey, someone watching. I'm not sure if I can see comments. So. How does that work? Is that the thing I'm supposed to do? Oh gosh, maybe I should have been looking at this a bit more, or reminding myself a bit more, but here we go. Okay, that probably I don't want to take that out. Oh, hey. Oh, I can see comments. Cool. I have used the sewing machine. I have not used this stepper, before. That's the part about it that is news to me. Um, so I'm just trying to figure out now what part we should go ahead and attempt to sew together first. So I think maybe the pants. And just gotta kind of maybe I want smaller needles. Mm. Okay, so in theory, all right, let's it. Probably gotta rethread this, it looks like. Oy vey. One, two, three, four. Oh, it wasn't there. Wow. I'm sure I'm far more interesting to watch doing 3D designs, huh? Okay, let's take a look here. Why is it not? Okay, something's off. Hmm. Oh, I just realized that's in the way. I am so dumb. Oh, this is So there's this lever here, and apparently that's probably what's stopping the thing from going up and down, which explains a lot. There we go. That makes a lot more sense what we're doing here now. So yeah, anyone who's watching this, just take note. These are the things. Hmm. Hmm. I just gotta remember how to feed the pop now. Oh man. Alicia, are you done? I need your help. I can't remember how to. I can't remember how to feed the pop through.
Oh no, honey, you keep talking to the wrong person. I don't know how to do that either. Do you want me to try to pull up a vid?
Yeah, maybe your tutorial.
Oh man.
So many things.
What do we have? We have a singer.
Yep.
Okay. Can I turn the fan off now? I'm pretty chilly.
Are you?
I am.
I guess. I'm pretty warm.
That looks like ours.
Nope. The bottom's on the. Oh, the second one there? Yeah, that one, yeah. I thought you were talking about the top one. I was like, that is not ours.
I was like, the one that looks exactly like ours in the picture isn't ours.
Shh.
Shout out sewingmastery.com on YouTube.
I got that part. Let's skip all the way to the. Still so far. Oh my gosh.
I was like, you do it. What have you done? What did you do? You did the wrong video.
Now another use of that spool pin is if you were putting into the little groove that it's showing on the bobbin picture. So there's kind of like at 6 o'clock and then out at about 7:30. You know, it kind of comes out about there. Leave this on because as soon as we put our thread through the machine, then we're going to bring the bobbin thread up. So that's the last thing that goes on when we're done. So coming back up to the top, the
No, woman. Just give me the bobbin thread.
Awesome. And the last thing you need to do is bring your bobbin thread up to the top so we can start to sew. Hold the thread with your left hand.
So sorry for anybody watching this.
Towards you, always towards you.
But you're going to learn with us.
One full stitch means you bring this.
Okay.
Hey, did I tell you I found a giant Reese's fast break?
Whoa.
Should I come hang out with you?
Yeah.
I was making an Easter playlist. Oh, I was thinking we could play it in the back area of Spotify or whatever while we're having our lunch. Do I like turn my YouTube on so I can see the comments? Can you see the comments like that?
I can, if you want it. I can't see it as well to go away, so. Alright, I did it.
Man.
Oh, you're it. Oh, you're in it.
Yeah. I think I ducked down enough.
Yeah, no one can really see you. Let's see if I click on the screen, click on comments, live chat. Here we go. Just trying to watch The Office.
Oh, I guess I'll.
Mute
Yeah. Duh.
it. All right, everybody. I have my walking thing on it. This thing, it does a special thing where it helps for sewing stretchy stuff. And I think now, when I go to do this, it's not going to be mad at me. Oh yeah, that's what sewing looks like, everybody. We're just gonna slowly do this.
Monty, don't you dare.
Just going to move my pen. And the goal that I saw that you do for pants is you sew the crotch together first on the front sides. The crotch goes together, then the back sides, the crotch goes together, and then you sew them together.
So there's no reason for you to do that.
This walker thing's kind of cool, Alicia.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, it just feeds it along. And then I kind of remember, in order to knot it, you have to kind of go back and forth.
That part gets me every time.
It's the meanest thing. Okay.
So he's really not a part of his family.
Every little thing we say and do all day. I mean, come on. And corporate is going to send in a lawyer. What? No. What? No. Okay, what lawyer could come in and tell us to not send out hilarious emails or not tell jokes? Maybe not. Some of them. Maybe not appropriate ones. There is no such thing as an appropriate joke. That's when it's a joke.
Amen.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Sorry to interrupt. I know you're all busy, and the last thing you want is for a major interruption. But Toby has an announcement that he insists on making right now in the middle of the day. So take it away. Corporate would like us to do a 5-minute review of the company's sexual harassment policy. So I'll go over that later. I wish you luck, Toby. I really do. But you are going to have a mutiny on your hands, and I just can't wait to see how you handle it. A guy goes to a $5 lady of the night, and he gets crabs. So the next day, he goes back to complain.
So then, supposed to flatten out the seam with a iron. So we got that. So basically then I think the last time this was used was whenever you sewed your cover for your thing.
Yeah, probably. Which begs the question, did you need to change the needle?
Needle seems to be fine.
Okay, so I put in that tough needle with the upholstery fabric. Monty just wants to explore so bad. I want to go to this one. Oh yeah, dang it, that fast food should be like an instant stomachache.
My stomach's kind of hurting from the food tonight, I think, but maybe it's not the food. I don't know.
No, it probably was the food. It was very rich.
Oh, okay. It was very rich. Rich and delich. Okay, now we got the back of his pants. Okay, so now we gotta sew one side of the pants to the other side, and I just need to make sure all the seams are going in the right place. You're all. You're that cold, huh?
Also I was trying to cover up my face a little bit. Because I don't want to sit so scooched down because it hurts my back.
Do it.
But I look like a little trash goblin, so trying to hide.
Okay.
Oh shoot, I was supposed to be checking the comments. Matt says our content is great. So
Oh, good. I missed
he's
that.
a good liar. I appreciate that.
Yes. You could be a politician one day, Matt.
Great content. You create content and you sure to leave a thread that bobber. Thinking about watching The Office.
I'm like, because I can't use my phone to like search for stuff right now because it's what's live streaming. Alright, we're just putting the pins in this.
It could just be me and Matt watching, but if anybody else is watching and it's not letting us know.
It looks like
hey,
it's just
feel
you.
free to join in.
to keep my bobbins pins thread. That's where bobbins thread out. I don't know why it keeps wanting to be sucked back in. It's like,
Are you saying words?
yes.
Are you positive? Everything you just said really didn't sound like anything. Got real mumbly and you were just like, that's some bottom or Garrett.
The bobbins thread was like, no. I wish to be sucked back into the machine. Don't use me.
Matt said, you got me. He was playing this on in the background while messing on the phone.
Trying to tell if I actually have the phone pointed at the action, you know.
You do, but it's not a very good angle. You definitely would need a tripod angled up above you to kind of like see what you're saying and stuff. It's just a really good view.
I'm gonna make Matt sad by not having a view of the office anymore.
Now, would you rather watch him sew or watch The Office? You can be honest.
I got your phone as well. The Office.
Well, at least he's honest.
Yeah, YouTube will have a headache. They'll be like, you should have recorded The Office copyrighted material on your phone.
Yeah, that's true. TikTok is so different. That's kind of why I wanted you to get more popular on TikTok so you go live because,
I know.
like, they won't.
Ding you
Like,
brain.
literally, people will like straight up just be like playing full on music in the background, watching full on TV and movies and shows, and like showing it as like the main thing they're watching. You know?
Oh yeah, you're right.
And I'm like, dude, that's wild. Like, I don't understand copyright law in that scenario.
It's from China. They don't care.
Here's what else is weird. Okay, when I was on Spotify, I can play The Greatest Showman's whole like album, no problem on Spotify. But I can't play it on Pandora. Why? Does Pandora just like not get all the same music? I just assumed it did, but it's like a lot of the stuff is like covers and like random things.
Oh, you're right.
That's so weird. Well, we have like 4%.
I'm getting nervous that none of this is actually going to be doing anything because I feel like I lost my bobbin thread. I don't know how you take a break in this case until you reach the end.
Okay.
Oh no. Hey, there's the bobbin thread. It went all the way through.
That's what she said.
There's the bobbin thread. It went all the way through.
I just figured because Matt can't watch The Office, I could just make jokes like The Office.
I see.
It went all the way through.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
That's what she said. And I just feel like, what a concern that would be.
That's true. So see,
You know what I
then
really appreciate about our house
you basically
is
wrap
that
it
not
around
once
that.
when they were installing the can lights were they like, hey, should we try to get this directly in the center of something? Like, should we just try to like align it in any way? And then just like, I think we just eyeball it. Just
Right.
Eyeball all of them. Because I don't think a single light in this
Oh.
entire house is centered.
There's the instruction for how to do it.
Not a one. Like maybe the ceiling fan.
So I found out you had elastic in here. I'm like,
Yeah, we bought elastic for your
did we?
something. I can't remember what. I haven't done like any project. I won't be able to watch for very long because my phone is dying. And I don't have a-
4K. All right, we'll get you guys office again, or partial office, so I don't get super dinged.
And even though we're still a family here in Denver, families grow. And that's so
My favorite thing is when I'm on Pinterest is I go to save a pin and it's like, you've already saved this. And I'm like, you know, I thought I really liked that.
to take a bath with Pam.
He said, what?
You don't think that there's such-
Like 0 steam. No steam here for me. Could do widescreen view.
Can you see your comments now?
I can always see them. They just pop up and then they go away.
Oh.
On the computer, they're always there, but I can't tell how many people are actually watching.
Yeah, that is all the only comment that's been made. So you good.
That's just really like, you really need to just put on The Office for me to watch because I want to support you, but, you know, this is boring.
Should be bowling. Nothing says true friends like watching something that they don't care about.
Right? There are 2. Yeah, one's Alicia.
There are 2 what?
Watchers, I think is what he's saying.
Oh yeah. So do we on Voodoo. But
Oh,
not on
gosh.
DVD. That's actually what we're watching this on. Oh, I guess I'll turn it on. We're watching this on Voodoo. We bought all the seasons. I don't even remember what the price was. It
was pretty
not
cheap.
That bad. Yeah, it was like, what, 60 or something?
I don't even think it was that much.
45 maybe?
Maybe.
For all of them? People come back when you turn the office on.
That's right. Hey, we have 3. They're like, oh, the office is back on. Welcome people who expected to see me not sewing. These are the breaks. $30 on iTunes, okay. Trying to, how hot? How long does it take to heat these things up?
Is that what the weird smell is? I was smelling a weird smell and I was trying to figure out what it was. Let me see that iron.
Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I thought you just, maybe I need to hold it in place.
Is it hot
How long does it take?
to heat up an iron?
Yeah.
It's not a hair straightener, so it does take like 5 minutes.
Oogie.
Have you not had it on this whole time?
No, I didn't think
I
about that.
probably would have put it on the whole time.
That's why you're smarter than me. Okay
Well,
then.
learning process.
Yes, it is.
Let's play a game. Okay, guess a number from 1 to 35.
All right, everybody. 1 to 35.
1 to 35. Winner gets the satisfaction of winning.
Ooh, that's the best satisfaction there is, don't you know?
I think today it was the expense report. And our deal is that is up to me or Ryan. If you'd like to compromise, sometimes when I'm not here, I try to throw stuff in.
Matt gets 32.
24.
Third watcher person, if you feel like joining in, feel free to guess a number. 1 to 35.
I was about to make the same mistake I made on the first one. Don't make the mistake.
Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Matt's gonna miss it. He disappeared.
Wow, Matt.
It's 25.
It's closest.
You were the closest. I was so proud of you. I was like, wow, you got really close.
Okay, fine, yes, you can come. Yes, as your representative, like associate type thing. No, it is not. I have been Michael's number 2 guy for about 5 years.
Okay, I'm just trying to. Okay.
He's like Mozart, I'm like Mozart's friend. No, I'm like
He said boo.
Sorry.
Is that
Oh,
Mary?
weird. For some reason, it only shows 1. Do you think it doesn't
He,
include yourself?
he popped back up again.
So odd.
No, I think it's just you two.
Sorry. Sorry. You honestly weren't so far off, though. I mean, only.
11
Well, I guess it's 7. He's off by 7.
or whatever he said.
He's at 32. He's off, but still, out of like 35, that's not that bad.
Could have been off by 30.
Yeah. I was really surprised you guys 24.
I just was feeling SpongeBob.
What's funnier than 25? 26.
20. No, what's funnier?
Is it
23.
24?
20.
24,
24.
25? Or is it 25, 26? It's not 23.
No, no, that was
It's, no.
24, 25, I think.
It's 24, 25. Yeah. So if you would have guessed that 25 was 24, you actually would have won. I have to say, he's right. He said it's 24, 25.
Oh, okay.
It's a little odd that neither of our sisters let their kids watch SpongeBob. I feel so odd to be like the only one of our family members that allows their kids to watch SpongeBob.
Ironically, I feel like they let their kids watch stuff I wouldn't let my kids watch.
I just don't personally think SpongeBob is like bad. I think it's like kind of silly and sometimes gross and like sometimes stupid. But I don't know that there's other shows that I like a lot less.
Well, no, do not knock all the pins onto me. No, sir. Okay.
No, it's this one right here.
Uh-oh. I like when it occasionally gets stuck in there. I was gonna go with, I'm just a bill.
You always get rolled over by something. Nice to meet you too. Yes, you want to buy it. So it's still an upgrade. You guys know anything about ownership? Actually, I grew up property. My grandfather left me a 60-acre working beef farm. My cousin Rose.
How's it coming? Well, we are now sewing the parts of the shirt together. That's something. Why would you? Okay, you're still not hot. What is going on? I probably just have the setting so low that it's not actually.
Worst case scenario, I did tell you, you could heat up a straightening iron, like a hair.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you just didn't have it.
I did not have it. It's actually heat up.
I saw this girl, she was doing a quick sewing project and she didn't have her iron, and she was like, pro tip, you can use like a hair straightener if you need to for small pleats and things like that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. 5 ingredient breakfast rice.
That sounds like too many ingredients for rice.
It does sound like a lot of ingredients for rice. I'm like, is 2 of the ingredients rice and water?
So Matt, we've decided to change how we're gonna go about our diet because it's just not.
Listen, I understand the basic principle of it, and it's not like it's the worst thing in the entire world. However, it is incredibly hard to stick to that lifestyle of eating.
If you're
you
used to
have-
good food.
No, it's a lot of it is if you have like kids and stuff. You have to literally cook all day. You have to cook constantly. Every single meal must be homemade because there's nothing straight from the shelves that is like acceptable to eat.
And they
I'm not
really
even
like
supposed
chicken
to-
nuggets.
I'm not even supposed to be eating hummus. Did you know that? It's supposed to be homemade. I'm not supposed to be eating store-bought hummus. I'm like, that's just insanity. It's hummus. It's made from, it's even like a pretty healthy hummus, and it still goes over the qualifications.
Like it is made from Aldi's. Thank you.
That's just wild.
I didn't remember that the Olympics were this early on in the series.
It is wild when you feel like you watch it back and you'll be like, I didn't remember this being so earlier. I thought this was, earlier, but it was so late.
Yes.
Sometimes I forget how much happened in the last season, and I'll be like, man, I didn't realize,
Whoa.
Eating tickets.
Ha. Oh no. Ha. That's weird.
Yeah, basically what we've decided to do is there's a lot of ways out there to make food healthier that's still like the food you enjoy eating, but just it cuts the carbs or cuts the fat or it just cuts the sugar or whatever. And so we're gonna do that instead. So I really fell in love with the Mission
Good grief.
carb balance tortillas that are really low carb. And so that way we can still have tacos, but it's like
You've not had
3 or 4
bread in you for a while.
carbs, and normal tortillas are like 20. So you really save a huge amount of carbs.
Right.
And then things like, muffins being made with applesauce and mashed banana and things like that that really don't impart too much flavor but still taste really good. Yeah, I don't remember how old Matt is, but I think if you're like 25, then you would have been in like grade school or earlier when the Office came out. Because it came out in 2005. So I was 14, 27. So you would have only been like 10, 9 or 10.
Okay. Try this again. It was going to cost how much to get out of the contract? Did she say he would have lost 70,000 to?
7. But I'm like trying to understand what that is because technically, even after you've signed the paperwork to become a homeowner, my understanding, you have an out clause for up to 72 hours from the purchase that you are allowed to back out and change your mind.
That makes sense.
I didn't watch The Office for the first time until I think all the seasons were on Netflix. I kind of like had like friend groups that would quote it and stuff, but I didn't watch a lot of like TV by that point. I was on the computer a lot, you know, Facebook and MySpace and all sorts of things. YouTube. I wasn't really watching television as much.
Ah, this keeps getting stuck.
And so I think I started watching this
Yeah.
in 2014, right after it ended. And so it was, I was kind of behind. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it was a condo. I don't know. That's so wild to think that so I actually was the one who started The Office, and I was cracking up, and I thought it was hilarious. And Joel used to work nights, and I would tell him, "Man, you gotta watch the show. You gotta watch this show. It's so funny. You would love this show. It's so awkward. They make such weird jokes." And he would just never watch it. He would never watch it with me until I was like, what, season 6 maybe?
Yeah.
Season 5, and he kind of started to catch some jokes in the background when he was doing work. And he was like, man, it's really funny. And he started kind of tuning into it and started wanting to wait for him to watch it. And I was like, I'm not doing that. Not now that we're like so far in. If you started early, and he did the same thing with Doctor Who. I had started watching, and he kept being like, "You really should watch this with me. You should really watch it. I didn't even like it." And it wasn't until I watched it all the way through one time that he got hooked and like season 3 or 4, maybe season 5 on that one, that he kind of started to watch that with me. And so now he is the one a lot of times who wants to put The Office back on.
Or Doctor Who.
Or Doctor Who, which is really 2 shows that I kind of loved first. So I just think that's funny. I mean, I don't know, maybe no one cares about that. I always think it's really funny that now it's totally swapped to being like some of your favorite shows. When I was like begging you to watch them with me. I was like, I really think you'll like these. He did not ever enjoy Parks and Recreation, though, the way that I did. I did try to get him the same thing on Parks and Recreation. I was just like, just watch it, I think you'll like it. That one was not like a win for him.
Yeah, well, you know what? Nobody cares about
You, though, did the same thing to me with Great North.
I did do that to you with Great
Yeah,
North,
because
yeah.
I was like, this show looks dumb, and I kind of tuned out, and then he started just putting it on all the time, and I was like, this show's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Is that that he doesn't like Parks and Recreation? Because it truly blows my mind that he doesn't really like Parks and Recreation.
Oh, I like it just fine.
You like it medium. You're not like, you wouldn't like probably.
I'd put it on if we had a channel to watch it
Well, I
on.
was gonna say you probably wouldn't opt to buy it.
I'd have to buy it, sure. I'd actually watch it more.
Is great. I actually bought Julie and from Impact and myself a Treat Yourself cup.
Her started saying eat yourself.
And then we washed it in the dishwasher too many times, and Tree came on, or came off and it just said ego stuff. And I finally was like, we are going to get rid of this guy. Oh,
I was like, no, I like eat yourself. It's way funnier.
And then I closed 2 sales at lunchtime. That was productive, isn't it?
He laughed at that.
She did, I saw that.
All right. So finally, I was able to iron my pants. I don't think the ironed folds are as amazing as what I should have them, but it's okay. Now we're going to try our best bet at sewing elastic waistband to these things.
Hey, can you ignore those and use one for me instead?
Sure.
Okay. 5 o'clock. Closing ceremony. On the 5 now, please. Yeah, Jim, Slim Jim. What's going on? I just want to congratulate you on your honor. Oh, thanks. Very cool. It's 3-bedroom, gay friendly. Hey, would you mind?
I don't know how, but I like totally clicked out of it.
What's this? These are the closing ceremony. What's up?
You have no life.
I don't believe that.
Because he laughed at elastic waistband. Because I'm pretty sure that's a Timmy Turner villain. Fairly Odd Parents. Crimson
Are you and
Chin.
Matt the same person? If that's what he's like laughing about, you and Matt are the same person. Because I would have like never gotten that, and I did watch Fairly Odd Parents like quite a bit. It's not an insult, it's just funny.
Right.
It's funny when you find people who like you're very similar personality. I don't ever really find girls that have like the same personality as me. It's kind of frustrating. Just because I think I don't watch and I'm not as interested in as many things as guys are interested in. And so I don't totally fit in with the guys. And some of the stuff I love and really appreciate is great. Very few girls feel that way. I feel like I'm just really stuck in the middle.
I hear you.
No, you don't. You have friends.
Give them all away if I could get you friends.
What?
Give them all away if I could get you friends.
Aw. Poor man.
So I saw like a video on how to install the waistbands, but you know, it's been a while since I watched it, and I'm just kind of doing
All I
my own thing.
remember is
Oh, gotcha.
I did just watch one for the shirt. Unless you're just sewing it directly and not lining
I'm sewing it in, and I'm gonna like hem it. Come on, waistband. I love that there's a lot of people that do even doll clothes by hand, and you're like, am I that crazy for trying to do this by a sewing machine? Quite potentially, yes. Quite potentially, yes. We're gonna try to figure out a tool to keep this in place now that my fingers can't go. Called my fingers out beyond the needle. Okay. See, we got it in there.
I'm not sure what he was saying. Yes, yes, you are too.
I don't know. Matt, are you talking? Is Elastic Waistband a villain from Jimmy Neutron or no Timmy Turner, A Fairly Odd Parents? I can't remember if that's what you're referencing or.
Howard slash Ryan Howard, who's sitting in my office, and he has been attending for a couple of months, and he's
I
kind of
am crazy.
laid on a little bit.
Oh,
And now he wants to know.
I think that was talking about you doing your last person, right? Didn't you say
Shall we?
Oh
you
yeah.
might be crazy?
Oh, that's true.
Say a necessary skill.
Or no, I think it was because I said I'm trying to use a sewing machine on this.
So how long did it take your iron to heat up once you got the settings going? Was it quick?
What's up?
How long did it take the iron?
Yeah, it was pretty quick once actually.
No, unfortunately not, but I did used to watch all those shows.
Yeah. So he's saying it wasn't from that. Like I swear there was like some show where I kind of remember there being a character called the Elastic Waistband.
All I can think is on Captain Underpants when he's talking about his elastic underpants.
Mm.
Is that maybe what you're thinking about? Speaking of which, our kids ruined one of the DVDs. Captain Underpants. Found it in Grayson's room. Oh, messed up.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Wish.
I'm not even sure what they did to it. I'm assuming possibly it's juice that's dried to it. It's very hard. Tell you what, man, nobody can work.
Indeed.
Oh, bro, it's almost dead.
Is it okay? What's up? That's what I'm trying to complete is the pants real quick before we go to bed. A lot of it was actually just me being a goofball trying to get it set up in advance. That was probably about the first 20 minutes.
He said that that movie was alright back in the day for movie content was limited.
Yeah.
Captain Underpants. Yeah. I liked Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants, la la la. Tra la la. Tra la la.
You know what's wild to me is that until Matt said back in the day, I literally didn't think it was that old, but I now realize that we were living in the Gamelia house when Captain Underpants came out, which means that's like 2015, 2016. Which means it's like 7 years ago. He was like 4 or 3 when Captain Underpants came out.
She's talking about my son, not you.
Yeah.
Stop it now. She
And
goes.
see, if that was like 7 years ago, Matt, you would have been like a baby adult. And I would have been like a little younger than you are now. Because I would have been,
Yeah.
what, like 24?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. Gosh. Joel would have been almost the age you are now. He would have been like 26. Oh my gosh, how is that so long ago? That's like literally blowing my mind right now.
I can't believe we've been adulting for this long.
I know. We've been together for almost 12 years.
But this is 11th year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Big 1-1. We've already made it past the 1-0 hump. Oh, he's already gone.
Oh, sorry, Nat. We bored you with our relationship talk. I get it.
He's like, don't rub it in.
Except being in a relationship.
Crossword puzzle guy, and Angela has cats. I don't want to have them here.
Thanks.
You know,
It's not until June.
get something.
Okay. You know what? I am going to be setting the agenda here.
But
Okay. Everybody gather up, please.
I will say that it keeps showing it dropping down. I'm almost wondering if it doesn't count me watching it. Or is that not possible? I don't know.
Maybe he briefly goes somewhere, or maybe you briefly go somewhere.
Maybe it's dipped out or something. So, I will say this. I met Joel and we only dated for 3 months and we got engaged. And then we got married at 11 months. I honestly would have married him earlier. Yeah, I think it had to be like 2018. So I'm pretty sure we had Genevieve. We did not have Aurora at that church. I don't know. Did I give birth to Aurora while I was still in Impact?
No, Manuel would have been.
No, I did. I gave birth to Aurora and then we left Emmanuel. It would have been May 2020 that we left Impact. never want to. You are a number one fan, Matt. I say our. I'm not doing anything. You're Joel's number one fan. I'm just here for moral support.
Yep.
But yeah, that's crazy, man.
And to
Went
keep
back in
the
like 2018.
and to
Matt,
keep the
you're
combos
now
going.
Our current longest running friend.
Yeah, all the others kind of
All the
suck.
others have shuffled off. In some ways, though, I think that was a good thing, and I do think it brought kind of more kind of stability and peace into our lives. Not even to put that on them, because like sometimes you don't even notice that you're like changing for your friends until you're not friends with them anymore, and then you're like, I'm not sure I was being the best version of myself.
Dang, I did not mean for this to happen.
Ooh, we should play this.
What is it?
2017, yeah, I was gonna say, I had Genevieve in the end of 2017, so I must have probably been pregnant with her. When you guys came for the first time, which makes sense, I think, because I kind of think we were working on the Red House when they came for the first time.
Yeah, I think so.
And so I was totally willing to let Elena do worship because I was like, dude, like I'm so pregnant and I've been painting an entire house, so like feel free.
Which one are you pregnant with?
Elena, I said Elena, who was Elena actually. I felt like we didn't maybe fully interact until you actually came like the second time around.
I know it was like Easter.
Yeah, I think you came like the second time around when we actually talked. It would have been at the new building then, I think it would have come to the old building. I think we made friends with Joel, right? Wasn't he
Yeah.
friends with you? And then I didn't even meet him until the next time he came.
That's right. It might have been before. You know what? We met him like, I think I met him once, and
I
they're
think
like,
you met him and I did not meet him, and you guys added each other or something on Facebook, and then I did finally talk to him for the first You were just asking if I was still friends with him, by the way, which is so weird because I don't think I've been seeing stuff until you brought that up.
Seeing Matt stuff?
And then Matt asked me about Gage. And then
Oh,
Gage
yeah.
literally popped up on, like, very first thing when I was in person, the very next day.
I'm trying to remember. I kind of feel like it was some like
It was so odd. I was like, that's so weird.
it was some like night event. I think we saw him at some night event, and we were talking about
Yeah, I think that was.
we were talking about instruments. I think the first time around, and then by the second time I'd already gotten my 3D printer, and I printed you off that little mini dude.
Not even in like a bad way, they're just so wild. Like, how do you have just like that thick of eyebrows without having the most massive unibrow?
That's true. He has very like manicured, humongous
Yeah,
eyebrows.
I'm like, your eyebrows grow so nicely. I'm a little jealous.
Okay, we
Guys,
are.
are you so excited to see this figure be like completely 100% custom? Like, are there really people out here? Honestly, I'm not part of this world, so like, are there that many people out here like even sewing the clothes for their figures?
Yeah, but how many of them create their own complete customs
That's what I
from
mean,
scratch?
like from top to bottom, like gets a blank buck so that you can design everything that goes on the buck, and then do the clothes, and I think it's just gonna be dope. I feel like if it does happen, it's a lot more rare.
Yeah, yeah, because I found out that the one guy I was like obsessing over and everything wasn't even like, I don't even think he can 3D sculpt online, but he's a good sculptor. He will sculpt with
Like clay.
yeah, green stuff is the
Rubber.
epoxy, green stuff epoxy
Oh.
stuff from like Warhammer miniatures and stuff.
So cool.
I'm like, yeah, that's something I can't do.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that I hope it gets like the recognition deserves. I feel like he put so much hard work into it.
I'm like, I feel like I have to be able to make like 800 by the time it's done on it, you know.
It's definitely one of those like things that is like very time consuming, but I think to end up with something that's super one of a kind, cool. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty awesome. Everybody hurts. I know. I love that part. Roy's so good at pouting.
Yeah.
I have to say that I don't like anyone's character development in this show as much as I really like Dwight. Because he doesn't necessarily change who he is fundamentally as a person, but he allows himself to like Pam and Jim more as friends than simply coworkers. And so even though he stays the same, you know, his personality is still
Yeah.
who he is, he kind of just makes space in his life to appreciate them and kind of lighten up a little bit towards the jokes and the humor.
And really, I feel like you kind of see they end all the pranking
Yeah.
after a while.
Like, if you were to really, I feel like examine the show, in some aspects, you would kind of see that, like, Jim really isn't like the hero of the show. Like, he can be kind of a jerk. Like, Dwight's obviously, like, kind of odd. He's a little bit of an odd duck, and he's serious and stuff. But, like, Jim is sometimes mean, like about the way that he like cranks in the treats and stuff, that it just would be like more than an inconvenience for anyone, and then for him it's just like really like I think that a lot of things kind of make out Jim to be such like
Hero.
the hero of the story, like he's such the main kind of person that you're just like, oh yeah, annoying weird coworkers and Jim and Cameron are the only normal ones, everyone else is weird. And then, I don't know, I think you kind of see that like Jim's like a little bit of a bully. Pam is like a little self-centered. Kind of makes you see that like nobody is really perfect in this series. But Dwight really grows as a person.
The others don't even grow as much as Dwight does.
Yeah, I don't think there's really as much character development and growth in any other character. I mean, Michael, he was finally getting some of his dreams realized, which is beautiful, but it's not character development. You know, he's the same person. I think his biggest development is pushing aside Packer and deciding he's not going to let that guy kind of let him be a D-bag.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was my really long
Rant on why
rant
The
on
Office is.
things that people don't care about, I'm sure.
See, this though is why I'm like, Star Wars is not a good movie series. I'm like, there's no character development.
Yeah.
That's what I just said.
I don't know, man. You're being weird. You're being weird. Look at this jacket. That's super odd. We didn't start the fire. All right, Ryan started the fire.
Dwight knows the actual lyrics, and Michael Scott is like.
You know what always kind of boggles my mind is that Amy.
Just kind of disappears.
No, she's. What is her last name?
Adams.
Amy Adams is like in this show.
Right.
Like, I don't even think she was ever in like any other show. She's like a movie person.
She is a movie person.
And so it's so funny that she was just like in this show.
I wonder if she was like a huge fan of the British Office and was like, I want to be in this. Or if someone just knew her
I did
personally.
hear there was a few people who like kind of got the opportunity to be like, I really wanted to be a part of it.
Like I'm guessing Raymond Romano would be a similar. I mean, he's been in shows, but Will Ferrell too, you know.
Yeah, I loved that Will Ferrell was in here for just a minute. I feel like it was like because Packer is also in Anchorman.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so then you have Will Ferrell and Steve Carell.
It's a shame we never got
And, all they needed was Paul Rudd.
Right. That's what I was about to say. It's a shame we never got Paul Rudd.
Jim Carrey, yeah, Jim Carrey. I have to say, I don't know. There's a lot of mixed reviews that go around about Jim Carrey. I really think Jim Carrey is funny, and I know that he like can be kind of weird, but I feel like he seems like he's a genuine person. I don't know that he's like, I wouldn't know that he's like necessarily kind, but I don't think that he's like a fake person. I don't feel like he is the kind of person who like just says things for the sake of like people pleasing and stuff. So I kind of appreciate that about him. Everyone's always like, he's such a weirdo.
That's because he got caught up on that conspiracy racket, I guess.
Yeah. I
But
don't know. I like him. And The Grinch, Jim Carrey's The Grinch is my favorite Grinch. I don't even understand when people don't like that movie. It actually kind of makes me angry.
yeah, when I'm like, that movie's not that great.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, honestly, I don't question our marriage that much, but when you tell me that you don't like Jim Carrey's The Grinch, that actually just makes me be like, did I make a huge mistake?
She laughs. She's serious.
I laughed, and he had a small part of me is like, did I make a horrible mistake?
Right.
I know why
Hmm.
she's calling. It's the end of the month, and I was supposed to let somebody go by the end of the month.
I like how they suddenly bring in this random dude, too, that we haven't seen in, like, any of the episodes.
I know.
I'm gonna wait till the end of the day. Just look at it best wait till the end of the day.
Ugh!
No.
Twist the knife, Matt.
What do you
He's
say?
like, I also am not that big of a fan of The Grinch. You guys you just don't listen. It has like some of the most amazing lines. Like the reading off his diary to himself. One of self-loathing. I'm completely booked. Like, I just what will I wear? Like, how can you? I just the Grinch. Like the part where Grayson used to copy me goes, I really noticed you were imperfectly practiced, my dear. That's like, honestly, that helps. That's my two faves. And Christmas with the Cranks. Probably my three favorite Christmas.
And thus forth, her favorite movies of all time, because we all know that she loves Christmas movies more than anything else.
The Princess Bride is my favorite movie of all time. I know you're always like, you don't ever watch it. Actually, to be honest with you,
Another one that you don't ever watch.
that's a lie. I just watched it like a year ago.
With me, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I finally got you to
You
watch
don't
it.
have to watch your favorite movie all the time for it to be your favorite movie. That's like saying I read my favorite book like every year, every week, every 2 months. Like that's silly. Why would you do that? You already know that you love it.
When you know, you know.
Like if you had a favorite food, would you eat your favorite food all the time?
I don't know.
I don't feel like you would. I feel like you.
All right, everybody. We have
No.
pants.
He said It's a Wonderful Life is his favorite movie.
Weird.
I'm assuming he means Christmas movie. It is a good movie, I will say, but like favorite? I don't know, Matt. I don't know.
It's so old.
Honestly, I will say I had not watched that movie since probably I was a kid, like 8 or 9, and I watched it again this year for Christmas. You would not watch that movie with me, and it really impacted me how good of an actor the guy was.
Now we flip it inside out.
Hey. Like that actor, I can't remember his name, Jimmy something, Jimmy
Jimmy's World.
Carson.
I don't think it's Carson.
Anyway,
Come on, Matt. It's your favorite movie.
the main guy, he is like a really good actor, actually. Like sometimes you get kind of wrapped up in like movies being old and kind of that transatlantic accent, sort of.
Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart. Yeah. And I even watched another Christmas movie with him in it. About he's got a secret admirer. Basically, they're passing secret notes back and forth, and it turns out it's the girl he's working with that they're mean to each other. They're always mean to each other, and then he finds out first that it's her. And so he kind of, in the end, riles her up and pretends that the guy that she thinks she's been writing to, he saw him, and he's this disgusting, poor, like, ugly, short, old guy.
Oh, you didn't explain that why It's a Wonderful Life impacted you, I think.
Oh, well, so I ended up, really just, his acting was so good. Like, it was just so, I feel like you felt the desperation and like sadness and concern and worry that he was carrying about all these people losing their money and like the bank going under, and just how depressing and sad that must have been,
I
and
missed some spot.
being like at the end of his rope.
That's weird.
Anyways, I don't know, it was just really good, and I was like, wow, I don't think I like fully grasped watching this the first time, but it really like hit my heart the second time, that I was like, this is actually a really beautiful movie of, I kind of thought he was just overreacting, and I didn't realize that the reason he was so upset and the reason he wanted to unalive himself is because he felt like he disappointed everyone that put their faith and their trust in him to, keep their house notes and their car notes and all those things, like, when the bank's going under, and it was like him and his family who started that bank, and he was like dishonoring the legacy of his whole family, and
What?
so,
He's got pants.
yeah, that guy did not see his justice, I don't think. In the end, I did not get to see the right before everything turns good, and like the last like 5 minutes maybe. I didn't really get to see a lot because I was baking with the kids at that time. But anyways, I did really like it.
I'll probably put it on backwards. That's probably not the right direction.
It looks good though. Nice fit.
Thank you. I'm so
I'm
proud
really
of
proud
myself.
of you. I think you should learn to sew clothes for our daughters, and then we can open an Etsy shop.
Heck yeah.
And you can be like, I make clothes for dolls and kids.
Kids that are like your dolls.
Or you can show me how to sew, and I'll make doll and kid clothes.
Actually, the sewing in this knit was actually pretty cool. It wasn't that hard at all.
Yeah, Pottersville is what it was like gonna be like if he didn't stick around to kind of combat that guy. But yeah, I don't think there was any like major justice doled out to the guy who sucked. And I think that was maybe almost more true of real life, that rarely in the life we currently live in this
I'm gonna need
existence.
fabric glue because somehow I didn't get
Oh,
part of
this
it.
spot. Well, can't you just flip it back inside out and just do a quick stitch right there? Or
That might be the
hand
smartest
stitch?
way.
Yeah, I wouldn't use fabric glue because it does not dry clear like they said. It totally leaves.
Look at
marks
that.
on
He's
fabric.
finally modest. I can finally show him off properly.
Anyways, in real life, people rarely get their justice, don't you think?
Yes.
But
That's what the afterlife is for, I
yeah.
guess.
Babe, I really like those pants. Those are awesome.
I do too.
I'm really proud of you.
Oh, this tab thing broke. Oh no.
Aww.
Oh, they broke on a couple of them. Crud.
Need to print them a little thicker, maybe.
I guess. I mean, this is why we do this, huh?
Yep. That'd be a good thing to print a few extra for the person who gets that figure.
Yeah.
For everyone who's watching. Oh, funny. He said there's an unrelated movie called Pottersville. For everyone who's watching, I would just like to say that my husband's pretty cool, because he basically just sets his mind to something and then does it. And I feel like that's pretty epic. I do not have the follow through he was like, I'm gonna learn to sew clothes for these figures, and I honestly brushed him off. Like, yeah, okay, sure. But look at it. He totally did.
Let's see, which one is it? This one.
I think just, yeah, a quick little hand stitch inside. Or restitch.
Just restitch that little section.
Maybe fix it fine. But guys, I mean, he literally made pants. Now, I don't know if shirts might be harder, but I still feel like,
They're easier now that I figured out what I'm doing this time. Well, last time I was like,
yeah, I don't even think your mom, like, sewed it perfectly last time.
no.
But that fabric was kind of hard to work with. This
It was
knit fabrics are, I think, supposed to be maybe a little easier, I guess you said.
Yeah.
Versus the two-starchy. I know, right, Matt? He said, good job, Hopeless. I'm so proud of him. I was literally just telling him the other day that I was like, you literally, I've said literally so many times, you seriously just don't let, like, I'm sometimes kind of a butthead. And I'm just like, not believing in, like, his capabilities to do things. And he's just always like,
Watch me now.
blissfully ignoring that.
Okay, yeah, there you go. That's a nice, easier, quick fix than when I have to reprint something, that's for sure.
Did the seam stay relatively even? That's
Okay. I think the cool part about this is like when you're. So here's what I'll say for the people who are watching this and wanting to sew their stuff. Um, it does not matter how ratty the outside looks when you sew it, because when you do it inside out, that's when it all comes together.
oh yeah. I just didn't know if it
No,
mattered.
I'm just letting people know
Oh.
because it looked like pretty ratty on the inside. I was just like, oh gosh, how's this going to look like a nice pair of pants? But yeah, it looks like a nice pair of pants.
In doll clothes, you probably don't have to care as much, but from a personal, if you sew real clothes, I do look at the inside seams, and I'm always like, they're wonky if they're, poorly done.
Yeah.
I just thought you should know that I was just offered a job with better pay, better benefits, and a better title. Fantastic. What? That would have solved all my problems. Oh, you idiot. If you left, I would have
Then I wouldn't work here.
Oh my gosh, that part is so funny.
All right. Anyway,
Oh man.
there we go. Pants. I don't know if they're not right perfect, I guess, but they're mine.
Thank you everybody for watching, and
I mean,
I hope if maybe you didn't know, you learned some part of a new skill. Maybe it would have been good to kind of show them what you were doing with the pattern and everything to start with, but he'll make another
I showed some of the pattern stuff, but-
like pieced together video of like the process, right? Or are we not doing that?
oh, I do have that video, yeah.
Yeah, we have like a process video that we're gonna be
So then I
hopefully
have-
cutting together. to
This
make
is for
our-
the shirt. It's going to open up on the back, so yeah.
with
pew pew.
Velcro, like a fancy Ken.
Like a fancy. I'm like, anyway, so unfortunately, I'll say the one problem with these straps is, or the flexible resin is, if I don't have the clearance perfect, it'll just kind of crack over time. So I think that will actually be a simple solution of just sizing them all up like 2 or 3%. So, or I can just print it in hard resin and then have to, I don't know, glue it on or use heat or something. I don't know. It gets iffy, but
Well, I think you should just include a few extras.
yeah, for the person, yeah.
Yeah, for whoever wins.
So this is the beginning of the end.
What's
I'll
the
be
deal for that? Are you ever going to sell any component of that?
yes, I will be selling the plain 3D printed parts, and I was thinking I could just offer the pattern on my website for free.
I don't know about, I'm gonna just throw this out there. I don't know then if the person who would be putting in the money to try to win it would consider themselves that, like, lucky to win it if someone could logically make it using parts from your website. So I would maybe consider making some part of it exclusive to the figure, because the exclusivity is kind of what I think going to make somebody want to get in the raffle. Because otherwise they would be like, well, I'll just hold off and I'll just make my own. If you make like the head available and the, pattern available and the,
Maybe I shouldn't make the pattern available. I don't know.
up to you. Or make an additional piece that's exclusive to the figure that you don't offer on the website. That's just me.
Well,
An exclusive gold bar. Wait, am I laughing at that because that is a joke, or is that a thing?
I think that's a joke.
Okay, I mean, like, a gold bar, he's not a gold smuggler or anything for that to work.
Right? Yeah. No,
Okay.
I didn't make that part of the story.
Okay, I'm just making sure that was a good joke, and not like part of his storyline of some kind, and then like me missing it. That would be hilarious. Get in this raffle, and I'll include this $80 piece of gold.
Yeah. But, I made pants, a whole set of pants in this time, and 40 minutes of this was goofing around, trying to get everything working. So I would say that it probably took about an hour to make the pants alone. That's not bad. That's not
Yeah, I feel like I've been out here for an hour. You were like,
Well, so I also, this little walker thing has like this bar on it, and I was like, man, how does this bar go up and down? It's not electronic. And I didn't notice that there was something on the side of the needle there that it was supposed to go over the top. So because I had it under it, every time I went to sew, it stopped the sewing machine from sewing. It was just like, because the bar here was not letting it go down all the way, and I'm like, what in the world? So that's why I was like, must be the bobbin thread and stuff, and I was wrong. It was a much simpler solution. I didn't have to go through all of
I
that.
definitely want you to teach me how to sew on your clothes, because I've been wanting to make the girls' clothes. I should clarify that I know somewhat how to sew. I know how to sew by hand. I don't really know how to use a sewing machine very well. They scare me. I just keep having nightmares that I'm going to sew right through my finger, just right through the nail and everything. And I feel like that's probably really unlikely to happen. But it's the same fear that I have that one day I'm going to go to saw something with a table saw, and I'm going to lean over it and cut my chest open like the brother did in Walk the Line, Johnny Cash's brother. And that pretty much stuck with me forever, so.
Oh, he said joke. He said he
Yeah,
sews by
I
hand.
thought it was a joke. I don't know if anybody else watched the movie that gave them an irrational fear, but
Oscar, Meredith, Phyllis, Stanley, or the 10th. So if you want to meet me for a drink, I'm going to be at Fort Richards. The rest of you can go to hell.
I love how they like bring up the solidarity for like Devin and they go there to Poor Richards and everything, and then they never bring him up ever again
Yeah, they do.
until the very end.
Last episode.
Yeah, but
That's so funny.
they never like are like poor Devin. We miss Devin.
It's because he only appeared in like 2 episodes, though.
I know. I just think that for canon.
I know.
That's cool, Matt. Thank you for by hand.
Yeah, I saw that. I kind of think we were discussing that he should make his own wired capes or something
That'd be super cool.
for his characters, and he can sell them. People like to have real capes.
So there's 2 projects I really want to do. I want to learn to sew a quilt because I'm really interested in quilting. And making at least like 2 dresses for girls.
I feel like you'd have to move this away from the wall, probably. I don't know.
I think I'd probably end up moving it to the dining table with an extension cord so that I have the space.
That'd probably be the best place, yeah. So, anyway, that was the episode for tonight. I'm sorry, I know that I said I was going to work on Hera some, but I just I keep having life pop up, and I wasn't able to get to the clothes. I was going to get to them. Look at that range of motion. Oh, yeah. I'm just happy I can finally show him off without holding my hand over his private because he's now clothed.
Yeah,
He's
it was wild to me that he came
anatomically
as
correct.
an intact male. I was like, hello.
Hey, you are a man, a manly man.
Like, they did not Kendall you. They
Nope.
were like, that is offensive. A man should have all his glory.
All his glory. He is.
Oh no, you can see my face again.
Oh, he's covering you, I think.
I don't think so.
So anyway, all right, that's what we got so far. Nice to see it all in practice, and this is gonna be my first custom.
I'm so proud.
All right, well, later, everybody. I gotta go to bed. I just gotta figure out how to leave now.